Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. So I've been in this space for quite some time. I think by next year I'll be in my 8th year of trying to help people in sexless relationships. And I thought I'd seen everything, but I was shocked yesterday. I happened to be on Facebook, and then I saw a post where a guy said things had got really bad in his sexless relationship. He offered to pay his wife in order for them to have sex. Now, this is crazy. He wrote it as a post. So when you wrote that, me reading that piece begged a lot of questions. And so I had loads of questions. So I'm just going to go up and guess and think that he meant he actually paid her money in order for them to have sex. And apparently they were having that arrangement where he gave her money and then in turn she'll give him sex, but then at some point she just started taking the money and offering up no sex. So he said he now doesn't know what to do because all of a sudden it's not happening. Then he said he was not prepared to divorce her because he loves her, and it was all kinds of messed up for me when I was reading it. I didn't know what was going on because the more I read it, the more I was very, very confused about what is actually going on. Because last time I checked, that when you get married, people do finances differently. In my house, generally I pay for everything. That means the mortgage, the cars, everything that high volume payments, and then I think there's the utilities, that stuff like electricity, water, and things like television and all that stuff. My wife takes care of that stuff, but at the same time, generally I'll still put money in her account for other things that I might not know. And besides, if she's got access to my account, anytime she wants money, she can take money. So, and what I'm trying to say is that there isn't that divide to the point where she's lacking to the point that I can use that as leverage in order to have sex. And I would never will. And the more I thought about that situation, I thought, actually, it might not be money, but some of you guys are doing probably the same thing where you're thinking, maybe if I clean the dishes, if I take the kids to school, if I do something, maybe I'll get sex. So there is some sort of transactional thing that's happening. And for me, I was judging because it was money, but even the very acts that you're doing in the house, if they are transactional, it will put you in that place where she feels obligated to do it, and therefore it removes any excitement out of it, and then she will never want to go back there when it comes to sex. So while I was thinking about it, I was thinking, that was really messed up. And I think he went on to say that he's not sure whether there's somebody else. And to me, I was thinking either there's somebody else or she's just completely checked out. And she's probably checked out because this guy views this relationship as a transaction. He views sex as a transaction. There is no build up to it. There's no excitement. He lacks the skill to do so. So therefore, it makes it very difficult for him to get engaged into it, and then for them to really be collaborative with it. So I can see where those ideas came from, and I'd like to have a conversation with this guy because it was absolutely insane for me to read. It literally blew my mind. But at the same time, I was thinking a lot of you guys are no different because you are in a transactional relationship where you feel like you have to do stuff. You have to be something that you're not in order to get sex. So you're probably being told what to do, and you're yes ma'am, you're an errand boy, you're doing all these things in order to have a favorable view from your partner so you can have more sex. And again, that's the same scenario, that's the same situation. So I would like for you guys to start thinking about this, that am I transactional in my approach when it comes to sex? And if you are, this is exactly why you continue to stay in a sexless relationship. Because just like yesterday I was talking about, having a fun, playful vibe, that's more there's a bit easier transition to sex when you're coming from that approach than when you are coming from a transactional approach, because initially it would work, and then eventually because of the obligation, kind of like, when you go to the gym, you might be excited because it's something new, But once you start doing it often and every single day, it gets a little bit boring because you're obligated to, you're sort of forced to have to go to this thing. And I know, like for me, I kind of enjoy it, but I don't I got that mental battle of having to go. And she's the same thing. She probably enjoys sex as much as you do, but is that she has got this beyond this mental barrier in order to actually get there, and you have made it a lot more difficult because she now feels obligated to do so. Whereas I know for me, when the times when I was going to Muay Thai, I couldn't go at the moment because of my schedule. I didn't even need any convincing. I was literally up and I was excited to go every single time because it's something that I found it fun and I found it interesting. And this is how you have to structure your relationship. Most of you guys haven't structured it that way because you're taking yourself too seriously. You're not playful enough in terms of just really allowing yourself to be out of that sort of negative mindset of look, I'm unattractive, I'm not getting sex. And so you need to actually let go of that and really start enjoying life, and not even within your relationship, really trying to figure out what makes you enjoy life. What are the things that you actually enjoy? If that means actually going to the gym, yes, then you go and do that. If that means going out, learning new skills and dancing and whatever it is, you need to start figuring out what that is. Generally, I send people to places like improv class, where they can stretch, where they can start finding that silliness again, because that's a nice place to start. Even means going to comedy class. Again, it gives you that opportunity to actually start finding that sort of humor that you've suppressed for so many years. And this is important. And a few guys that I've taken through this process that have actually gone to comedy class or improv class, they've significantly improved their relationships because they now understand how to deliver funny, how to deliver stuff, to create an environment of enjoyment. So this is a very important lesson, guys. And after reading that post, I was completely shocked, and I do want you to be in the same situation, because I know we're talking about money, but some of you are still doing the same thing. You're just doing acts in order to get the transaction, but you are just as transactional as that guy who is spending money in order to get sex with his wife. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. If you've got any questions and you want to maybe give us content ideas, and you want to ask questions that we'll make episodes about, go to thriving_tribesmen on our Instagram, and we'll be able to get you some advice. So we can give you some content on how to change a sexless relationship to sexual success. So thank you very much. I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Take care.